Come on. Come on. Come on.
Girl, you showed you my sweet, sweet baby.
Shit, yeah.
I'll go.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
G Boss.
Come on.
Hey guys, what's going on? LBHT crew, B, Mikey, OTR Mike is in the house. What is going on with you guys? What we got right there? What is that right there? Oh, I think yes, Sweet 16. That's the name of his album. He's got another album out. So if you guys like the music, and it seems like you guys do, that is the gentleman that makes the beat that you guys listen to every Wednesday to start the show. That is our guy Verse. Okay, He's a producer from the VA area, and Mikey knows him. He went to school with him, and yeah, man, dope dude, man. You listen to a couple of his beats, so yeah, man. Make sure you go follow his work. Verse G Boss, right? Is that his name?
Yeah,
on the scroll right there.
Yeah,
so it's
there you go.
LBHT opening, Off the Record opening, and Ring Kings opening. He did all of that.
All that.
There you go.
All
But
that.
that's how you start a celebration show right there, fellas. That's how you start a show right there.
yes. So make sure you give our man a follow and shout out to Verse, man. We really appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. All right. Hope your week is going well. If not, hopefully it gets better starting right now. Man, look, we just want to take this show, man, to thank everybody, for helping us get to 1,000 subscribers. Obviously, we're not done yet. We got a lot more in store. OTR Mike has been here, with us through this journey. We started another venture. You guys know, Ring Kings podcast. So look, you're gonna be seeing him more and more. Okay, you're gonna see him more and more. This is the trio right here. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. The Ravens schedule came out. I know a lot of people talked about it. Was it on Friday? But we said, you know what? Let's take some time, analyze the schedule, okay, and then we'll break it down, give you our thoughts. Also, the Panthers, same thing. We're good. That's going to be the majority of the show. Just giving you our thoughts on both teams and give you our early and reckless predictions, because that's all you're doing at this point of the season is making early and reckless predictions. Neither team is 100% set. Anything can happen. You never know. It's too far away from the beginning of the season, but it's what we do, right? Making predictions is fun. Let's give a couple of shout outs to the people in the chat, man. Y'all love this, man. Look at all the fire emojis. Yeah. Oh, I got Alex is in the house. Simply AS10. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming through. Danity approves. Yes. Yes. Don Dimilo, que what is going on, my friend? Yes. Mr. J6 says took it back to the Sega Genesis. Yeah. Garnett. Oh, shout out to Garnett, man. He said they done stepped the game up, y'all. Hey, we try. Look, we keep telling y'all we have so much that we want to get done for y'all. Like we always have ideas, man. We got more. We got more in store. Okay. So if you guys like that, leave your comments, leave a comment after the video, stuff like that. Let us know how you feel about it. Cause we got more things in mind in the future. So trust me, we are not done. All right. Shaheen, what's up, Shaheen? Said, what's up, fellas? It's 3:47 here, but I'm still awake for the Best Ravens podcast. That's a trooper right there. Appreciate it. Fire emoji for Shaheen. Okay. That's a trooper right there. Zeke Hokage. This is like top 3 greatest names on the planet right now. All right. Like every time I see this name, I get pumped. Zeke Hokage. That's a dope name. Greatest show on the planet has just begun. I appreciate it, Zeke, man. Thanks for coming through. Ravens Online Ungatekeepers said they got that hot. Yes. And you know what else is hot? Ravens Online Ungatekeepers. Make sure you follow him as well. All right. Hit that subscribe button over on his channel. Zaul Martinez is in the house. So that's dope, man. Let's go. Yes. Yo, our guy Rock is in the house. Appreciate you coming through, Rock. Said that was filthy. Hey, Z the Beast is even here. Okay. Yeah, Raven Ron is here. Say what y'all know about that. Okay. Matt Williams says run the likes up. Yes. Big Reg is in the house. Says, oh, go ahead. We all are. Okay. Okay. Y'all jamming out to it. Y'all jamming out to it. Okay. That's a little taste,
Y'all got Danny's in the house as well. What's going on, Danny?
Hey, what's up, Danny? Hey, thanks for coming through. And if you guys like the intro and the end credits, that guy right there, Danny, he made it happen. Look, we have a lot of guys, we have a lot of people supporting us behind the scenes, right? That helped us make this show what it is. And it would not be that without them. And he is one of them. So thank you, Danny. Really appreciate you. Shout out to Tanja. Tanja's even here early. So yes, this is the vibe for real. All right, look. And shout out to Mike V with the fire emojis. Yo, Justin Phillips is in the house. Congratulations. Appreciate your work. Hey, thank you. Yes, Caden says this is just the beginning. Yes, indeed. We try to read as many comments as we can here. You guys have and Omar Tillman was here early, and so was Kimberly Harman. I want to give them a shout out. Yes, thank you both.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Yes. As
Thank
soon
you,
as I
Omar.
posted as soon as I posted it, they're like, "Hey, congratulations! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." Yolanda B is in the house. Shout out to
What's up,
Yolanda.
Yolanda?
All right. So yeah, we want to get into it, but you guys know how we like to start every show. We start with a Black History fact, and B has a Black History fact for you.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad now. I don't want to bring the vibe down, but just recently, I've been watching that show We Own the City about the gun trace task force in Baltimore and how they were robbing and beating on people for over a decade, with little to no repercussions. I think we all saw the shooting in Buffalo. That guy who kind of live streamed himself going into a black neighborhood, a black grocery store, and gunning down as many people as he could. And it has me thinking about, just what progress looks like and what it means. And a lot of people will say, hey, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And there's always, on the side to say that being peaceful and not being confrontational and everything is the right way. And typically those are the people who are kind of comfortable with the status quo, right? Who can afford to wait and do things the right way. But throughout history, you see that change often comes through violent revolution, right? And so that was just kind of on my mind when I was looking up Black History facts for the week, and I came across this in November 2nd, 1787. The African Free School was established in New York by the Manumission Society. And one of the leaders of the Manumission Society was John Jay. Alexander Hamilton was also a part of it, a couple of the founding fathers. And, they're obviously both white, and they were kind of working to abolish slavery in New York. And they thought that education was a critical component of that. And, that's not even something I would disagree with, right? But they wanted to educate Black people, young Black people, and kind of prepare them for the New York public school system and prepare them to be out in the world as free men and women. But John Jay later on became governor of New York, and he didn't abolish slavery, right? He signed a gradual emancipation into law. Now, the gradual emancipation didn't free anybody.
Right.
It said that, hey, the children of slaves will be born free. And, obviously they'll go through this school system, they'll get educated, and gradually, there won't be any more slaves, right? Because every, new generation is going to be free.
Right.
But even the children who were born free were required to be indentured servants for a period of time.
Which is slavery.
For boys, it was 28 years. For girls, it was 25 years. So, a good chunk of your life, not even just your youth. That's a good chunk of your life at that point.
Yeah.
And so, they obviously get a lot of credit for that and working towards abolition. But at the same time, beginning in 1791, the most successful slave rebellion of all time was going on in Haiti, where they, a slave-led rebellion overthrew colonial rule. They ended up an independent country. And, it's just, like I said, you have the people in power who are kind of resistant to change, even if they think it's the right thing, right? They want to have it come about slowly so that they can remain in power.
Yeah.
And the thing that really kind of struck me about that is France abolished slavery in 1794. Spain abolished slavery in 1811. And obviously, like we were talking about, the U.S. was kind of working towards that, right, around that time. But after the rebellion or the revolution in Haiti, France, Spain, and the U.S. kind of banded together to impose trade embargoes on Haiti. They wouldn't trade with the new government there, which bankrupted the island, and is, even to this day, having a major economic impact on the island.
Yeah.
And so, like, even, like I said, even people who believe that slavery was wrong wouldn't go along with it happening quickly, wouldn't go along with Black people just being free. And it also brought me to a quote from James Baldwin. If you don't know, he's a really prolific writer from the last century there. He had a quote. This is from a documentary called James Baldwin, The Price of the Ticket. And he's being interviewed, and he's talking to the man. He says, "You always told me it takes time. It's taken my father's time. It's taken my mother's time, my uncle's time, my brothers and sisters' time, my nieces and my nephews' time. how much time do you want for your progress? And it's just something to think about whenever these kind of issues come up, that the one side who wants to take things slowly and do it the right way and all those kind of keywords are the side that's comfortable and the side that has the luxury and the side that's not feeling that oppression. So you always want to put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to see it from their perspective.
And think about that when we talk about Colin Kaepernick, right? Who did the most peaceful of protests, but it was about something that made you feel uncomfortable, right? And it's funny because you brought up to begin with the Beyond the City, which is about crooked cops in Baltimore City, police brutality, and that's exactly what Colin Kaepernick was standing up for or standing up against. And even to utter the words police brutality was just too much for many Americans, to where he gets blackballed from the sport, right? Yeah. So a lot of parallels there. Even talking about it, even just taking a couple of moments to bring up these injustices is too much of an inconvenience for most people, right? But that's why we do this Black History Fact. That's why we talk about issues like this, right? Like, we're not afraid to just put it out there. We see most people they kind of shy away from that. We're not, because man, these are uncomfortable issues, and you should feel uncomfortable because if they're not right, but you should never put it out of your mind. All right. Yeah. Okay, now let's get back to the fun. I'm sorry, Mikey. Like, did you have some words? Did you want to say something?
Nah, man, I can't follow that. I mean, like, listen, we talk all the time, right? And I always tell you, Jose, how that's what makes you guys different. You just spoke about it. You guys will touch on topics, will start a show with a Black History Fact, something like that, that other YouTubers won't. And y'all being that authentic is why you have the people in the chat, the fan base that you guys have created. You got to 1K the right way, right? Hey. Let's put that on a shirt. You got the 1K the right way.
Right way.
And I appreciate y'all, man.
I think that's dope about y'all. So yeah, man, that I can't follow that with anything other than that. So
Hey, well, thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for being here. Listen, man, Mikey, man, he's been my friend for 20 plus years, man. Like, we came up together. So, yeah, like this is a journey. And again, it's just beginning. And, the fact that there's so many people in here, even right now, make sure you hit that like button, by the way. I see 40 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new, you're seeing it for the first time, you might have been scrolling through YouTube and said, 1K subscribers, this isn't a how-to video, but stay tuned. Maybe we'll have something for you guys in the future on how to do that. But hang out. We're a sports show, and if you're a fan of sports, we talk a lot of Ravens and Panthers on here. But if you're a fan of sports, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right. Okay. Where do we want to start? You just want to get right into it? Want to get into the schedule?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Okay. I'll read this conference. Zaul said, as a Latino immigrant, the Afro community has always welcomed me with open arms and have taught me so much, and we cannot let them walk alone, and they will not walk alone. Love one another. Well said, my friend. Well said.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Let's see. Oh, and we got a donation. It's from our guy OTR Mike says, buy back up. That's how you start a show. Hashtag LBHT1K. And if you want to do an awesome graphic like that, that is how we do our super chats. I know some of you are looking for a super chat. Where's a super chat? That's how we do our super chat. There is a pinned link in the comments that'll take you to our Streamlabs. Also, right below B over there, $ LBHT show. Okay, that's our Cash App. Those two ways you can just go and leave a donation and leave your comment, and you'll get a message right there, right next to my face. All right, something a little different. We do things different over here. All right, like that. There you go. Shout out to Anonymous, says we will overcome and rule again one day. Hey, shout out to Anonymous. Okay,
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you coming through. All right. Nitro says, let's go. What's good? my sport loving brothers. Hey, what's good with you, Nitro? And
What's
Nitro's
going
got
on,
some.
Nitro?
He's got some stuff coming up soon too. Okay, he's got a channel that he's got in the works, a little podcast. So yeah, man, I love it. I love seeing people start their own podcast, their own shows. Having their own platform, right? And if you're ever thinking about starting your own, don't be afraid to start it up, right? If you have something that you want to voice, man, just put it out there, And shout out to Attitude Pop. What's up with you, man? Thanks for coming through. Yeah. Attitude Pop said Celtics. He said Celtics in 6.
Listen, I'm with you, Attitude. I think they bounce back from that. Speaking of, Roxanne said loves Baldwin's work. Absolutely. And anybody who doesn't know James Baldwin, definitely check him out. But I did want to respond to our good friend Roxanne here. I saw your message on Patreon. Man, I hope you're doing well. And in response, I have 3 words: not a champion. This is in response to his 2 words: playoff Jimmy.
Hey, I got 2 words for you. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. And shout out to our guy Suge. And let me bring your there you go. Shout out to our guy Suge, man, with the donation. 1K the right way. Yes. Shout out to Mike for that one. Much love to my favorite sports podcast out there. Like Mike said, you created one of the best crews out there. The LBHT crew. Yes, you see me wearing this shirt right here. Yes, I am proud to be a part of it with all the other crew members. Let's keep it going. Hey, thank you, Suge, man. Thank you. And that's Suge Knight 323. He also has a YouTube channel. Look, I tell you, there's a lot of people that hold us up, man. There's a lot of people that support us. Right. So
like OTR Brandon in the house.
OTR Brandon. Look who's here. Yes.
That's my 5 heartbeat brother.
There you go.
We'll be back. Brady gonna come back on that scene like we seen Eddie Kane in church. We go. That's what's gonna bring us back.
Shout out to Bro Homie Quan. Bro Homie Quan. Rodney, you're gonna give the Heat some respect now. Hey, we put out a video. We gave.
I respect the Heat.
I picked the Heat. Here goes the jokes. Nets at 9. Okay, all right. Okay.
Damn right, sure.
Yeah. Lakers in 10. See, okay. Add 2 positives. Mavs in 6.
Wow.
That says Heat in 6. I said Heat in 7, and I said Mavs in 7. Right. I picked the upset. I'm going with Fat Luka. All right. Fat Luka is going to win it. He's going to win it. And if it's the Heat and Fat Luka in the finals, that's going to be so much fun. Honestly, like all 4 teams, I'm going to enjoy these finals.
Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be something different. Hey, shout out to our guy Sutton Dead. What up, fellas? Congrats on 1K. Hey, thank you, man. And Sutton and Alex, if you guys don't know, got Purple Rain podcast. I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed over there. If you're not, PRP, Purple Rain podcast, man. Like those guys are dope. And we keep saying we gotta collab one of these days. Me and B are bad with this stuff, but we are definitely going to collab. Those are our guys. And we apologize something because we were supposed to bring something on a long time ago to talk UFC. This man loves UFC, and we have not had him on the show. But we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that, my friend. Thank you for coming through. All right.
Just how he ain't slow, he's deceptive and shifty. You will respect him. All right, let's get the schedule up here.
All right, let's just bring it up. There it is. There's a schedule, guys. There's a schedule. All right, we'll run through it real quick. You want to run through it? Let me run through it. You do the Panthers one. All right. So we start out with the Jets, and then Buffalo. Wait, we got another donation here. Let me bring this off screen for a second because I gotta read the support from the people. Congratulations, the 2 of you. Congratulations to 2 of the most genuine brothers out there. Next up, Ring Kings 1K. Oh, we're gonna get to Ring Kings. Yes.
Thank you,
yes.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Yes. All right. So, all right. Week 1 is the Jets. Week 2 is the Dolphins. 3 is the New England Patriots. 4, we got Buffalo Bills. Week 5, Bengals. Week 6, the New York Football Giants. Shout out to Ferris and OTR Brandon, who are both Giants fans. All right. Week 7, we got the Browns. Week 8, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 9, New Orleans Saints. Week 10, we're on a bye. Week 11. Oh, fight. We are playing the Panthers. Week 12, we got the Jags. Week 13, Broncos. Week 14, we got Shug's Steelers.
Yes.
Week 15, we got the Browns. 16, Falcons. 17. And we finish out with the Steelers and the Bengals to finish out the season. So, what are your takes? Let's start with the other Ravens fan on the panel. OTR Mike, what's your take on this, man? Like, how do you feel about this schedule? You liking it? You feel a little nervous? You think it's solid? What you think?
You know what? I think it's I mean, look, divisional games are always going to be tough. Outside of that, it's a very, very winnable schedule.
Yeah.
Right. I think we can, if we on our game, we can win in this schedule. Right. What I think is interesting though is that we don't play the Steelers until the end of the year. That's weird. Like week 14 and then week 17. I think that's crazy with the whoever came up with these scheduling. But
I think the NFL is trying to make more of the divisional games towards the end of the year now to so people don't take time off, right? They don't have it all wrapped up because you got to play your division still. So that's the point.
Yeah, that's true. But other than that, man, Buffalo obviously is a team that can be scary. We got them early. And are they coming to us or are we going?
That is home.
That's home. Okay. So we got Buffalo at home. That's one I would keep an eye on. Of course, going to Tampa. That can be a tough game, and it's always tough to. And that back-to-back will be versus the Saints. So you got Tampa and the Saints back-to-back. So I think God watch out for that stretch. But other than that, man, there's nobody that really scares me on here.
Look. Oh, and shout out to Shug with the donation. Shug says, I already see 2 losses to the Steelers and calling it now. Panthers beat the Ravens. Man,
That's right,
look, I expect nothing less from a Steelers fan. Luka about to go off in the playoffs, but Golden State in 7 and Celtics in 7. Okay. Man, should be picking all the losers. Shout out to Shug, though, man.
Those were my picks, too. I don't know.
Y'all had to give up your eighth pick to the Pelicans yesterday. I know that hurt. Hurt. Okay, so listen. We got fans of various teams in here, including Steelers. So he's gonna troll a little bit, but it's all good, man. He's got to show confidence in his team. I tell you what, I feel good playing against Mr. Trubisky. Okay. And
gonna be playing
and Kenny Small Hands Pickett.
Okay.
But yeah, look, it depends. Like the Ravens are always going to be a competitive team with Lamar Jackson, a protected Lamar Jackson, and it looks like the O-line will be much improved. We have to see how Ronnie Stanley bounces back. That's going to be a big part of it. But even if he's not 100% out the gate, which I don't know if he will be, I think we'll be able to manage because we don't have Villanueva out there, right? We tried to tell you guys last year Villanueva was not it before a season. We found out immediately. You talk about instant regret. That was instant regret. But we don't have a Villanueva type of player out there now. Bringing in Morgan Moses to man that right side will help. Drafting Tyler Linderbaum, again, it's projection. We haven't seen him play yet, but I feel really good about that player. So I think I think the O-line will be solid, and once Ryan Stanley gets fully up to speed, we could potentially have a wall there, right? So that's key. Now, obviously, we talk about all the time that the wide receiver position is weak, and like you can feel how you want to feel about it, but they are unproven. That's just a fact. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't feel comfortable about that. But the defense, we invested in the defense. Obviously we just drafted that safety from Notre Dame, Hamilton. So we get Marlon Humphrey back, we get Peters back. It should be a very strong secondary. So we're gonna win games. That's not the question, right? But the question is, let me bring up some of these teams though. Here's what bothers me. All right. You look at week 2, Miami just got Tyreek Hill. Okay. and they're already a competitive team. They got a brand new coach who I think might be a pretty good coach, man. He might be a pretty good coach. We'll see. They're dangerous. Honestly, the Pats, I'm not feeling Mac Jones. I think he's whack. I don't care. I see you, Suge. I got you in 1 second, Suge. I got you in 1 second. So I think that's a win for sure. Jets, I didn't even talk about the Jets because that's a win. Buffalo, obviously, they're dangerous. Bengals, obviously, they're dangerous. And they fixed the O-line this year.
Yeah.
Right. New York, I feel pretty confident about New York. Sorry, Ferris and Brandon. The Browns, we'll see what's going on with Deshaun Watson's case. That's the thing right there. If Deshaun Watson isn't suspended, that's going to be a problem. Him and Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, right? I mean, I say we can't beat them. We got Lamar Jackson, but they're already a stacked team, and they got it's just night and day with the quarterback situation now. All right. OTR Brandon says Junior just said Uncle Jose looks like Kenny Smith without the glasses. Hey, I'll take it. I just need a big boy to run to, a little big screen to run to, so I can get up and just run over there to it. Obviously Tampa is dangerous, even though Tom Brady's 50. So those are the ones that kind of bother me. But we're a good team. If we're going to be competitive, you got to be able to beat some of those teams. Obviously, you're not going to beat all those teams, right? But yeah, we're going to have a winning record. That's not my issue. My issue is postseason. Lamar going to stay healthy. We protect him. We make it to the postseason. That's not a problem. What happens when we get to the postseason when we have to play all these other teams that are stacked up? Denver's stacked up now, man. Like, you got Russell Wilson. Man, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna put this defense to the test. I know that, but okay. B, give us your thoughts real quick before you give a record, and we'll get into early and reckless prediction as soon as you give your thoughts on the schedule real quick.
Yeah, I see two stretches that are going to be really problematic for Baltimore. You kind of mentioned them. Weeks 2 through 5, where you got Miami, New England, Buffalo, Cincinnati all in a row. And then weeks 13 till the end of the season. I know Atlanta's in there, but it's Denver, Pittsburgh twice, Cleveland, and Cincinnati. Those are all really tough games. And that's the kind of thing where, you can get on a slide and it can wreck your season, or you can get hot and it can save your season, right? So you kind of have to see how they're looking going into those weeks. But I mean, I think overall it's a pretty tough schedule.
I think
there's not a lot of down weeks. Like you said, the Jets. You've got the Giants in there. You got Carolina, which should or could be a down week depending on how Matt Corral plays. But even a team like Jacksonville, they've done a lot of work on that roster, and they've got a brand new coach. You would expect Trevor Lawrence to be much better in year 2. So they don't have a lot of gimmies on the roster. I think it's going to be a very tough season, and we kind of knew this, even, just after the end of the regular season, once all the moves started, the AFC was really, really stacking up, and it was going to be an extremely tough conference for everyone.
All right. Let me read this comment from Suge real quick, man. And shout out to Suge, man. Appreciate the tips, man. Suge says, small hands about to throw all over that D. Remember, Ray Lewis isn't walking through that door. That's true. Terrell Suggs ain't walking through that door. True. Ed Reed ain't walking through that door.
Yes, he is. His name's Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, that's why I like Brodny more, Jose. Hey, you know what? I like Christian Bale more. How about that? No, we don't need them to be that. This ain't that type of league anymore. Tell you what, we have Lamar Jackson. All right, Guess who else ain't walking through that door? Kyle Bowler ain't walking through that door. Kyle Bowler. Trent Dilfer ain't walking through that door. All right. So
but you know who is walking through that door? Dan Marino Part 2. So
it's gonna
be tough.
He came from Pitt. Yeah. Did Dan Marino have small hands?
I mean, I don't know. Don't matter. It don't matter.
What's up, Keelan, man? Thanks for coming through. He says this was supposed to be a 4th place schedule, and the only
you gotta be kidding me, Keelan.
Give me games or The
And
only TV
led
games
with the
were Panthers,
Panthers.
Falcons, Jets, and Giants. Hey,
Led with
hey,
the Panthers.
you know, look, there's a lot of movement this offseason, you know. Shout out to Living Legend. He says Ravens need to be healthy for that stretch. And Living Legend, we haven't forgot about you, man. We gotta reach out to you because we got a shirt for you, my friend.
Yes.
Yes, they need to be healthy. That's key. They need to be healthy or healthier than they've been. I'm not worried about it. Right. Like I say, I'm nervous about parts of the schedule. That's because I look at those teams. I'm like, they're really good. You know, how are we going to stack up? But we're going to find out exactly what kind of team we are. We're going to find out. If we're good, I ain't afraid to play tough teams. Right. Because look, some of these teams we're going to look at and we're going to say, man, they look really good. And they're going to get exposed a little bit. Right. Some of them we might sleep on and find out they're a lot better than we realize. It's fine. But if you're going to the season with what you have and saying, hey, we can win, you know, I see a lot of chirping. I see a lot of, you gotta let these guys cook. You gotta let them cook. I see Rashad Bateman, you know, saying, hey, y'all talking too much. You know, we can absolutely win. All right, young man. All right. I won't be that guy. All right. You know, look, you're talking right now. Right. Like we'll see. We'll see. I have a lot of faith in him. I think he can do it. But as a unit, all right, man, we're gonna find out, you know. But yeah, that's fine. Now, in terms of predictions, all right, look, shout out to my man Nitro. Nitro says 13 is the floor, 17 is the future. On to battle. You're not talking about wins, are you? 13. That's okay. 17, we're not winning every single game. That's not happening. Even if we are good enough to win 17 games, they're not going to let Lamar play all 17 games. And, you know, we ain't winning without him in the lineup. Roxa says, Coach on Sip to Tally, and shout out to Coach Evans, Sip to Tally Films, had a great blame game series on Raven sacks in 2021. And one thing he said, which I agree with, trading Hollywood is going to do the Ravens wide receiver core good. No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Look, we got a look. We were a bad O-line. I know people will always break down, especially us as fans, because we scrutinize this team. But we'll break down every time Lamar does something wrong and say, "Oh, well, he's got to do better," right? But that's every single quarterback in the league makes the same kind of mistakes. Like no quarterback is perfect, but we're asking our quarterback to be perfect to compensate for the lack of talent everywhere else. And losing a talent like Hollywood, you can feel what you want to feel about Hollywood. The only other wide receiver that's as talented, possibly be more talented, is Rashad Bateman. So other guys aren't more talented than Hollywood, right? I mean, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse here about Prochet, but you know, look, he is what he is, right? Even the ones that pound the table for him don't believe he's 1,000-yard wide receiver. So that's just what it is. Nobody even talks about Duvernay anymore, right? And that's the one I think they feel stronger about. And you know, of course, Tylen Wallace, like these guys. If they do blow up, we got lucky. But you can't expect guys like that to really to really blow up this team.
When Hollywood catches 12 touchdowns this year, this fan base is gonna be so mad.
It's going to happen.
It's going to change. Like
It's
all of that,
happen.
we couldn't wait to get rid of Hollywood. Is going to be like, we're so dumb. Why did we trade Hollywood? It's
the same thing with edge rusher, right?
Yeah.
Every year we need edge rusher. We need edge rusher. Every time we let edge rusher go, boom, double-digit sacks, just like that, immediately upon leaving. Wasn't a player. It's a system. You know what I'm saying? Like no. Let's see. Nitro says LBT believe in our warriors, for they will trample the opposition. Yeah. All right, Nitro. Listen, man. Look. I believe. Look, I believe this team. All right. Let me give you my prediction. I'm going to say we go 12-5. 12-5. That's solid. That may or may not be enough to win a division, right? 5 losses seems like a lot, but you know, look, it's an extra game. That's equivalent to 11-6. I think that's solid. We do more than that, great. We do less than that, fine. Just make the playoffs. Um, look, we'll see. I have my doubts about the team right now. I'm not all down on it, but there's a lot of new pieces, man. The wide receiver core that you see right now isn't what we're going to go into the season with. So that's why I don't even like arguing about the wide receiver core. We're going to pick up Julio Jones or somebody else like that. But that's even still, I'm going to be like, we got to see how he looks. We have to see how our secondary looks with Kyle Hamilton, right? Because Chuck will be gone by then. So does he hold up, right? Does Travis Jones can he come in and contribute like we think he can? Because we're gonna need it. The interior D line is gonna need that. Edge rusher. It's funny because everybody said we need an edge rusher when we tweeted out, "Hey, edge rusher isn't a need for this team." Everybody jumped down our throats about it. We didn't get an edge rusher, So are you okay with that? I'm okay with that. I think they're gonna be fine. But these guys there's a lot of players that have to step up. So if it's Prochet, he's got to step up. If it's Wallace, he's got to step up. We need Owe to step up. Right? 5 sacks ain't enough. It's just not enough. Like he's gonna have to step up. Tyus Bowser, and he came on at the end of last year. I expect him to step up. I feel really good about Tyus Bowser. We need to see what Dalen Hayes can do. So that's why I'm not going all in on a team, but I do feel good. I do feel good about the team. Kimberly Harmon says 14-2. Kimberly, there is one more game this year, so it's 17 games. So it's either gotta be 15-2 or 14-3. Mr. J says 12-5 and repeat 2019. Oh man. Okay.
This is the thing that I kind of wanted to point out with Roxanne saying that Lamar would be spreading the ball around, not trying to force it to Hollywood. Keelan saying Marquise, Sammy, and Bateman all got targets last season. The reason why Prochet, Duvernay, and Wallace didn't get a lot of targets because Lamar knows they aren't that good, man. and that's the thing. Like, just saying, hey, he's forcing the ball to Hollywood, take away Hollywood it's not gonna solve anything. He's forcing the ball. Like, Hollywood didn't even lead the team in targets. That was Mark Andrews. He forces the ball to those two because they don't have any other options in the passing game, and now you took away one of them. So he's going to be forcing the ball even more to Mark Andrews. You kind of hope you're hoping at this point that Duvernay and Wallace and Prochet will step up, and Isaiah or likely will have some kind of an effect as a rookie. I think it's a long shot. I think it's it's a bad plan. I'll put it that way. Anything can happen, right? Anybody can step up. You've seen surprise players before. It's a very bad plan to go into an NFL season in which you are trying to compete for a championship with 0 proven players at one of the position groups.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
But I was saying, just in terms of my prediction, with the way the roster is right now, I'm inclined to say 9-8, but I think I'm going to give them the Lamar bump to 10-7. I don't think it's going to be a dominant year. I think that the AFC is too good for that, and I think that Baltimore has too much of a weakness in that wide receiver core to go out there and run off, 13, 14, 15 wins. It's going to be a struggle. They're in arguably the best division in the league with Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. And you can argue the second best division in the league is right next door with Kansas City, Denver, the Raiders. They improved a lot, and the Chargers. So I think it's going to be a season-long struggle. I think they come out with probably, like I said, 10 wins, and we'll see if that's good enough to make it.
So look, there's a few people that agree with you, man. Ravens online on Gatekeeper says 10-7. Yolanda B says 11-6. That's close. Raven Ross says 10-7. Right. And also he says Dalen Hayes, Owe, Wolf. Well, I don't think Wolf's gonna be a part of the team. I think he's gonna get he's gonna get a what do you call it? A medical release or whatever, medically bought out or whatever they call it. But Wolf, Matabike all had to step up. The key is a pass rush that didn't exist last year. Yes, they had to step up. There's a lot of players that had to step up. That's why I'm a little iffy on it. Now I want to address this from Rock and then Mike. I'm gonna let you make your prediction here. He says Lamar was neglecting open dudes, trying to force feed Hollywood. Hate to say it. Okay, well Lamar missed 6 games. So what happened to these guys after he went out?
And again, Rock, the question is, why would he do that? It's not because they're friends. Because if it was, oh well, that's my friend, I'm going to throw him the ball, then Hollywood wouldn't be gone right now, would he? You know, they went to him, told him he's going to be traded. He's fine. The reason that he's neglecting open guys and forcing the ball to Hollywood and Andrews, and I know you keep not mentioning Andrews, but he was forcing the ball to Andrews as well. The reason is because he doesn't believe in those other receivers, and they haven't given him a reason to.
Yeah. Oh, Danny doesn't agree with you. She says 10 wins. I guess that's too low for Danny. Hey,
Danny's going to come back and be like, I'm saying 5.
I said so. All right, OTR Mike, what is your prediction here?
I'm gonna say 12-5. I think they'll split the division, so that's 3 L's right there.
Mhm.
And then I think the 3 games that the 3 other L's is, well, two out of these 3 games will be L's in my opinion. You're looking at the Bucks, New Orleans, and Buffalo, right? What scares me about New Orleans is, first of all, it's just a tough place to play, but it's a back-to-back with the Bucks, right? And I got a feeling this team will go through a stretch where they lose two in a row or something like that. So I'm looking at that stretch right there, and then the Buffalo game. I think we get in Buffalo early in the season, which is a good thing. They're coming to us, which is a good thing. Depending on how we start, right? If we're looking like how we started last year, then I think we can, I won't be so much worried about that game. But that game is all. I mean, we already know without saying it's going to be a tough game. So I'm gonna go 12-5, split in the division, and then 2 of those 3 games I just named will be L's for them.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and I'm going to respond to a couple of the comments here. One says, hey, there's a reason you're open. Yeah, and sometimes that's because you can beat coverage, and sometimes it's because the coverage don't care about you. And in James Prochet's case, that was the case. On the biggest play of his career, the 30-some yard reception against Denver, they straight up didn't cover him.
Yeah.
They just said, whatever, do what you will, James.
You know why they were cool with that? He scored a touchdown.
Yeah,
all right, it's a big game, but we know we'll catch him. That's what it is, right? We'll catch him.
And here's the thing, King. Okay, that's fine. The receivers were worse in 2019, and Mark was worse. Lamar will eat with these receivers. That's cool. That 2019 team went to the playoffs and scored 12 points. What do you think that these wide receivers are going to do in the playoffs if they get there? Because you know what else was worse in 2019? The rest of the conference. It is a much better conference today than it was in 2019.
Also, we had one of the best O-lines we've ever had. Like this O-line now isn't the O-line that we had in 2019.
Yeah.
Right? Like we don't have to do all pro tackles.
We'll see on the defense, because the defense was a top defense in the league in 2019. You're kind of hoping that they get back to that, but they were one of the worst defenses last year.
Yeah.
We'll
but that's why, like I said, I'm not too down, I'm not too high on them right now. Look, it's early. It's that's why it's early in reckless prediction, right? Because we have to see how they shape out. But there's a lot of question marks. There aren't any. 2019 wasn't a sure thing either, if we're being real. We relied on a lot of young players, but ultimately that's why we fizzled out, because we're relying on guys that don't have that experience, just don't have that expertise to get us through the playoffs. And if we stick with this group, it's going to be a similar situation. And we're playing against, to B's point, we're playing against teams that are stacked up, not with just good veterans, with stars. All right, they're not playing around. So I still think we're going to make another move. I feel like we're going to make another move. I think they're still trying to get a trade done. But if not, at the very least, I think like a Julio Jones type of person, or Will Fuller, will come in as that number 2 wide receiver. And that'll help. I still won't feel great about it, but that'll help. All right. And shout out to Sterling, man. Sterling is in the house. He said, I would say our O-line is okay. Yeah, look, I mean, we got to see. We got to wait and see. Right.
So I don't know if you guys seen this earlier, but according to ESPN Football Power Index, the Ravens are predicted to finish second in this division.
Okay.
Projected, I should say. Browns have according to the Power Index, the Browns have a 35.2% chance to win the division. Ravens 31.8%, The Bengals 24.4 and the Steelers, sorry, Shug, 8.6, according to ESPN's Power Index. Now, seeing the Bengals at third and at 24% coming off of a Super Bowl, and they clearly, I feel like they improved this offseason so far. Yeah, I was surprised to see that. So, just to put that out there, that's what the projections are right now.
Okay, all right.
King's asking how many teams on your schedule are better than
I was
you
gonna
right
wait.
now.
I was gonna wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that, King. Hey, and thank you for the comment. We're gonna D Weezy is waiting. We're gonna do lunch money bets. All right, and then we're gonna do the Panther schedule, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna finish out with some Ravens debate. All right, y'all don't go anywhere because listen. If you don't like the disrespectful 10-7 take that B just put out there, you have a chance to get back at him. All right. You have a chance to get back at him.
Unlike them,
right?
I'm realistic about my team.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see how realistic you are, sir. All right. But right now, it is time for you gambling degenerates. Oh, man, I can already hear the pencil scratching. I can hear the notepads flipping because it is time for our man D Weezy. It is lunch money bets. D Weezy from the Backyard Action Media. Hey,
what's going on, Derek?
Hey, what we got going on this week?
We got a variety of things going on, like always. You know, the man with the cap, handicapping out here doing his thing, even on vacation.
All right.
So yeah,
look. When you're hot like D Weezy, when you're winning like D Weezy, you can end up on vacation just like D Weezy. Okay.
Look at that background. Look at that background.
Look at
the background, man.
So yeah,
that's
going
ocean back there.
Exactly. You know, kicking it with the breeze, the ocean in the background, you know, just easy living right now. So getting into these picks, you know, a game that's already going on in the NHL playoffs. I got the Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes matching up. I do like the total in this game. I took the over 5.5 pregame. Last check going into the first intermission, it was 1-0. The Rangers, kind of a position I like to see. Something that's been very common. Somewhat in the playoffs and in the regular season, seeing 3 goals in that final period. So I would not be shocked if this game did go into that third period with a 2-1 score, tie, or 2 goals total, 3 goals total, and that third period being what puts it over with that low 5.5. So that's where I'll be on that one. Moving on to my next play, a game that's going to be playing tomorrow, but, hitting a little close to my heart. You know, we got some Liga MX going on, Club Americas pick on the spread -1.5 or -0.5 a point. Basically got to win, no draw here. I'm sure. Yep. Yeah, there we go. That's my man, Saul. Yeah, see, he knows. Moving on to the NBA I got going on tonight. You know, we got Golden State Mavericks and the Dallas and the Golden State matchup. I do like some of the potential that Luka might do. I stayed away from some of his points props and things like that. I'm not sure how well he's going to be able to adjust to the defense he might see out of Golden State. But something I did like that you might still be able to find a plus number on, Draymond Green over 8.5 rebounds in this game.
Oh,
this is a number that he hasn't hit in the past 5 games. But when you look, the Memphis Grizzlies are not the same rebounding team when in comparison to Dallas. Dallas is not on the boards in the same manner. They do not rebound in the same quantity.
Right.
Just a lot of different metrics you can look at. That not saying that they're bad, but they're not hitting the boards the same way that Memphis was. So the fact that you can find a plus number here, I like that, in line with, we know Draymond's the type of guy that he can go out and get double-digit rebounds almost at will, regardless of who's out there on the floor. So the fact that I can get that at a plus number over 8.5, that's where I'll be on that. And for the game total, I do like the over. I believe I got the number 214.5. There hasn't been much movement on this line since it came out. I think this will be a bit more of a scoring affair. Luka, he's good to go out and put up 25, 30 points. The rest of Dallas, they're playing hot. You got the right people getting hot at the right time of year. this is how you want your team playing. So something like a high scoring affair could come in. You could see this, total end up going somewhere in the 230 range. So the fact that it's at 214.5, I'm definitely on the over there.
All right. And shout out to Raven Ron. Degenerate Ron is back. He says, take out a loan and pay it back on the next day with a few grand extra in your pocket. Degenerate Ron's bet, 2-leg parlay, Golden State Warriors -5.5 and the over 215.5. There you go.
See, I'm on that over with them right there. And that, the spread was something I looked at, and I do think that is a possibility. I think the Golden State defense is going to be interesting to see how Dallas reacts, because you could see a lot of Draymond Green on Luka, and that may be bothering him to some degree. Not say shut him down, but when you can slow a player down, that can be the difference between a game being, finishing, you losing by 9 and you losing by 3 or 4.
Yeah. Zaul says Atlante versus Tigres will be a match and the winner wins it all. I'm saying Atlante versus Pachuca.
Oh, yeah. See, he's picking against my boys. See, Club Americas, they play Pachuca tomorrow night. Yeah, I think you're wrong on that outcome there, but, we'll see.
All right. And last but not least, gosh, Knight 323 says D-Weezy, twinkle, twinkle, baby, twinkle, twinkle. and I finally showed you guys in the overtime show. Like if you're a part of overtime show, I showed the scene where that came from. It's from a movie called Be Cool. It's a hilarious scene between The Rock and Vince Vaughn. So yeah, check it out if you get a chance. All right, D-Weezy, plug your new channel, please.
That's right,
if you
folks.
will.
Y'all heard Jose mention it earlier. We got a lot of people starting up stuff. We got a lot of content creators within the LBHT crew, and this is just another example of that. Backyard Action Media, BAM. That's where you can catch me. I'll have a video going up every Sunday at noon. Currently, right now, you get a little bit of a variety like you do here in the Lunch Money Bet segment. Maybe a little more baseball as the season moves off and, some of the other sports die down, but definitely as football gets ramped back up, that'll be something I'll be getting back into this year. And so, yeah, I will also be in the near future putting out some how-to and informational stuff and educational along the lines of helping people understand whether it be terminology or how line movement occurs or what drives it. And so for those of you out there that do have an interest but maybe get lost in translation, this will definitely be something that you can come and check out and hopefully fill in the gaps.
All right. You can also see more of D-Weezy in the overtime show, which happens right after this show. Also, he has a channel in our Discord, and we'll show you how to be a part of that. It's the Lunch Money Best channel. D-Weezy, we appreciate you, man, and we will see you very shortly.
All right, everybody, take care out there.
All right. That is our guy, D-Weezy. Yes, so let me bring this on the screen real quick. Here we go. As mentioned, patreon.com/LBHT show. All right. That is where you can find our overtime show and also our Discord. All right. We have 3 tiers now. I gotta get used to saying 3 tiers. 3 tiers. $3, $10, $20 tier. B will tell you about the tiers real quick.
Yeah, I was muted there. I went ahead and dropped the link to D-Weezy's last video in the chat. Go ahead and check it out. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit subscribe for him. For the Patreon, the $3 tier is going to get you into our NFL Pick'em tournament that we do every season, where we give out a custom LBHT trophy. OTR Mike won it last year. Pisses me off every week.
This guy right here.
Yeah, all right. Not happening again. The $10 tier will get you into our fantasy football league. We have a dynasty league going where we give away a custom championship belt. If there's enough interest, we'll start up a second one of those. But we also do a redraft league closer to the start of the season every year. We'll have a prize for the winner there as well. And also you'll be able to get or to request specific content, articles or videos on whatever sports related topic you'd like. You also get the LBHT Crew coin,
Yes,
which Jose has right there for you.
I do have it right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. Indeed.
Yes, and the $20 tier, which is new, is kind of a combined tier for LBHT and Ring Kings. That'll get you everything I just mentioned, as well as our Ring Kings giveaway, which we did a top 25 boxes of all time series.
Yeah.
And we put those out, and then we put together a custom poker set featuring our top 25 boxes of all time. This is a quick look at what those look like. They have our logo on the back and then the pictures of the boxers on the front. So you'll get that along with the crew coin and all of the benefits that I just mentioned. And all of the tiers will get you entrance into our the Overtime show and our Discord channel.
All right. And also real quick, I want to plug because look, this is what keeps the show going. Okay, you guys support. If you like what we're wearing, right? Except that shirt. We'll have to put the link to Versus store in the description afterwards. But if you like the crew shirt, if you're looking to get one of these LBHT crew shirts, if you like what B's wearing, right? You like the Ring Kings apparel that we wear.
Yes,
okay?
the Ring Kings.
Ring Kings apparel, yes. Oh, that's Ring Kings. That's our channel. This is it right here. Right here. LBHTshow.com/shop. All right. That's where you can get the merch. We got all kinds of stuff on there. It's a good. Actually, we got a couple of things we need to give away. Are we going to do the giveaway today?
Well, I don't think so, since we didn't decide on a way to do it.
That's true. Okay. hey,
but that's coming soon.
You know what that means? That means we get double celebration. Okay, because we're going to give away some stuff. So next week we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway for you guys. But yeah, there's some stuff on the merch store. Check it out. If there's something that you like, consider supporting the show. And once again, I'll plug for people that are in here that are new. $ LBHT show. That's our Cash App. And that pin link that you see in the comment is for our Stream Elements. That's how we do Super Chat. So if you're looking for Super Chat, right, that's how you do it. You go to either place, you leave your donation, leave your comment, and you get a nice little animation right next to my face, right there.
Just like that.
Just like that. Boom. It's like I've just made it happen, right? Because OTR Mike, don't tell Suge sorry. That's right, Sterling. That's right. You don't ever tell Suge sorry. All right. If he says anything, you say Christian Bale. That's his favorite Batman, by the way, guys. Christian Bale's his favorite Batman.
Suge is my guy. Suge is my guy.
All right. Look. I promise you guys some payback for Brodny. All right, I promise you some payback. Here we go. Okay, it's Panthers time. It's time for Panthers to get some. All right, Panthers schedule early in reckless predictions. All right, listen. Let me pull it up here. All right, let's take a look here. Look, the Panthers. I've been saying it. Hey, Panthers Nation, I like your offseason. I like the offseason. I like the moves that you guys have done. All things considered, right? It was a disaster going into the offseason. We discussed that. You're stuck with Sam Darnold because you picked up his 5th-year option. You're stuck with your coach because you signed him to 7 years. But it was all about how you managed that damage this upcoming year. And so far, it's off to a good start. They tried to get Deshaun Watson, didn't work out. It's whatever, right? They try to make a couple other moves too, but everything they've done is pretty solid. They picked up Bradley Bozeman. That was a solid move for them because their O-line. We talk about our O-line in Baltimore. Their O-line was hurting, but getting Bradley Bozeman, drafting you get Ikwonu, drafting Ikwonu, man, that immediately upgrades your O-line. So yeah. I think pretty solid.
Now it's better than Baltimore.
Arguably. Hey, you can make an argument for it because you definitely have a better right tackle. You definitely have, you hey, that's not a joke. It could be better, but again, we'll see. We'll see.
Adam Pop says 7.
Oh wow, you guys can even
y'all ain't even seen the schedule yet.
I guess I better. Oh
7 and 10.
wow, they did.
And 8 and 9 from our guy Hendo. And you know, I'm not even going, Danny, I'm not putting it up. You haven't seen the schedule. You're being ridiculous. Nitro, I don't know what you're on. Okay, but
Yeah.
whatever. All right.
They couldn't wait for the slander.
I'm sorry. 9 and 8 living legend. That's right. Keelan, come on, man. They've won 5 games 3 years in a row. Give me a different number just based off of that.
Yeah, they could not wait. I was just about to say they got Matt Golden Corral. All right.
5 and 12 at best. Y'all keep
At
on telling me
best?
that you don't know anything about the Panthers without telling me you don't know anything about the Panthers.
Okay. Listen. See, you said they couldn't hurt your feelings, but you're clearly hurt, B.
It's funny. It's just funny how unbelievably upset y'all are because I said you're going to win double-digit games. Coming off a season where you won 8.
Oh man. Listen, okay, look. Okay, let's bring this up. All right.
That's right.
Where are we starting here? Okay, I see how they did this. So you starting with the Browns. Now, I didn't mention the Baker Mayfield rumors that continue. They just won't go away.
Done. He's not coming. Stop it.
You know what? Hey, and more kudos, right? They avoided more disaster. So
Yes.
look, again, I'm giving a lot of credit this offseason. So you got Browns, Giants, Saints. I think that's a favorable start. I mean, the Saints, you got to see how Jameis is looking. I mean,
The Saints could go either way. Giants is a win. Cleveland's probably a loss.
depends. It depends if Deshaun Watson
Might
is
have Jacoby. Yeah, that might be Jacoby starting.
Yeah, and then you got
Probably still a loss regardless because Sam Darnold's going to be starting that game.
you got Cardinals without D-Hop, but you got Brown.
Without Kyler, they haven't paid him yet. They haven't paid him yet.
What if Kyler does it? Oh, things might, you got San Francisco. Will Jimmy G still be there?
Is Debo going to suit up for them?
Is Debo going to suit up? Man,
I don't know. We got the Rams coming off a Super Bowl hangover. We're looking at 6-0 right here, guys.
Tom Brady's 50. That age is going to hit him all of a sudden in that game. He's gonna be like, man, I don't know. I feel old all of a sudden. You got the Falcons, Bengals, Ravens. That's clearly.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Bro, your best player is always hurt, and your receivers drop everything. And Sammy D, enough said, man. But I'll pray for you. I think it's ridiculous that you're going to talk about Carolina's receivers.
Nitro,
when you're pulling for Baltimore's receivers, and DJ Moore goes 1,100 yards every year, no question.
Nitro, let me tell you something. I would trade a whole wide receiver room for DJ Moore. I would trade all of them.
I'm about to say we'd kill for DJ Moore. Right
y'all ain't got nothing like DJ Moore over there.
What you need?
And every single one of your running backs
them.
was injured last year. What are you talking about, Nitro?
we'd kill for DJ Moore, and we'd rob a bank for Robbie Anderson right now, at least.
And Christian McCaffrey. I trade our whole running back room for Christian McCaffrey. Listen. For DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, I mean, you can have whatever you want, minus Lamar. Just don't look at Lamar. You can just look at the rest of our team, and we can make it work.
The bitterness, I love it.
What Panthers done that guarantees a victory over anyone? Hey, it's a fair question. Fair question, right?
It's not a fair question. It's coming from a place of hurt. Look at this.
Y'all gonna stop disrespecting my squad?
Why would we? You're the one who was on the draft show talking about you ain't watching them.
Oh,
they're so trash. That was you, Brandon.
See. Well, that's just look. Brandon is. I can talk about my team, but you can't talk about my team. All right, let's get through the rest of this. Broncos, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Lions, Tampa, and New Orleans. All right, B, how you feeling about this?
Raven Ron's comment is hilarious, by the way.
Anti-Panthers fan. All right. Guaranteed by week 5. I don't know why. I don't know why you would think that, man. I don't know why you would think that. I'm gonna pull the schedule back. If I'm gonna go week by week and just
before you get, I want to bring something up, Nitro. Nitro says y'all team cursed for what y'all did to Cam. Shame. Nitro, I just want you to know that the reason why we go so hard against EDC and company is because of what the Panthers did to Cam. And B had told me from the time they drafted Lamar Jackson, he sees a lot of parallels, right? He sees a lot of things that they're doing to Lamar that the Panthers did to Cam. So you sitting there and I know you're joking, right? But I call it the black quarterback treatment. Black quarterbacks always get treated this way, right? You give them less because they think they can do more with less. And you have a lot of times you have a staff that doesn't really believe in their passing ability, right? They want to rely on their athletic ability, so they don't build an O line around them. They don't put weapons around them, and and as soon as they can't get it done athletically, they don't really want to make that investment in them. They just want to cart them off, and then when they bring in another quarterback, right, of a lighter shade, then it's we got to get this man protection. No, we got to get him weapons.
He's joking, but Cam is currently talking to Carolina. You can't say the same about Lamar, can you?
Ooh,
low blow, bro.
Not low. That's just reality for you. That's reality for you.
But that is why we're so critical, and B does not want that to happen to Lamar. He's not hating on the Ravens. He is not hating on the Ravens. Like we feel like look, Donovan McNabb said it years ago, decades ago now. Black quarterbacks are treated different from their white counterparts, and it still holds up. It's not as bad as it was back then, but it still holds up. Same thing with black coaches. So we're always a little bit more sensitive when it comes to black quarterbacks and how they're treated, and making sure that the team is all in on them. So it's not coming from a place of hate with B. But all right, B, your schedule. How you feeling?
Yeah. So a lot of this is going to depend on. The entire season depends on the quarterback position, right? If Matt Corral can play, they should be a good team. If they think he's not ready and they start with Sam Darnold, it's going to be a long season. So my assumption is going to be that Matt Corral's not ready to go week 1, or they just don't want to put him out there, and it's going to be Sam Darnold. Excuse me. And if it's Sam Darnold, we got a loss week 1. If it's Sam Darnold, we got a loss week 2. If it's Sam Darnold, we got a loss week 3. If it's Sam Darnold, got a loss week 4.
Okay. So all right.
I can honestly, if Sam Darnold is the starting quarterback, I can see them starting 0-5 before they make a switch.
Okay. Let me ask you this then: if they start out 0-4, 0-5, is Matt Rule still the head coach by then?
No, I think they'll fire him and they'll make McAdoo the interim. But again, it's the question in Carolina is going to be, when do they make the switch to Matt Corral? That's going to determine the rest of the season. But again, just assuming that they give Darnold the first 5 weeks, I think they can easily lose all 5 of those games. I think New Orleans is kind of a coin flip, and that one's at home, so I'll give them New Orleans. I'll say 1-4 to start out, and then Sam Darnold gets benched. Even with that, they're going to lose to the Rams and Tampa, so that puts them at 1-6. They beat Atlanta. 2-6, lost to Cincinnati. That's 7 losses. I'm going to say they sweep Atlanta. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, that's right. Bold.
With Mariota there? I don't know.
We'll see how much they like Mariota. They drafted a quarterback in Desmond Ridder, but even still, that roster is trash. So I'm going to say they sweep Atlanta. And so what is that? It's 3-6 now, right?
Yeah.
Lost to Baltimore. That's 7 losses. Lost to Denver. That's 8 losses into the bye week.
I think they beat Seattle.
I think they beat Seattle, lost to Pittsburgh, beat Detroit, lost to Tampa, and I'm gonna say they beat New Orleans again. So that will put them. Well, actually, no, they're not gonna beat New Orleans the second time in New Orleans. So I'm saying 4-13.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay. 4-13.
So can you put that back up? I got a question.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So, well, maybe not a question, but B.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the blue is home, right? So it looks like 5. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the first 7 at home, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think playing at home can get you a win. Like, okay, Cleveland, if that's Jacoby, you're in that game, right? Yes. Shout out to my brother Brandon, but you're in the New York game. Well, even though that's on the road, but you're in that game.
Yeah, I think they'll be in the New York game. I just think they lose if it's Sam Darnold. That's my thing. If it's Sam Darnold, I think they lose most of those games. But I gave him New Orleans.
Okay. That's what I think could swing at least the start of this season. You got 5 of the first 7 at home. You come out of that with 3 or so wins. You on the right track.
Okay.
With a Detroit still left, with a Atlanta twice still left. I mean,
Mike, they started 3-0 last year. They won 5 games.
you know why?
Yeah, I do know why. Sam Darnold.
JC Horn got hurt.
That's
it.
not why.
D-Week says Panthers under 5.5 wins is plus money. Yeah,
lock that in.
Look,
and Derek says Bank of America don't represent.
Well, okay, what do you got though, Mikey? What you got though? Bank of America don't represent sadly. It depends. Like, look, Carolina, man.
What's up, Godson?
It's a little tricky. Sometimes they show up. Look, Carolina, they don't show up for BS. That's what it is, right? If you're gonna do something, they're gonna be there to support you. But if you want some BS, they're not gonna waste their time with that. They got better things to do, right? And I support that.
Brandon, I just said y'all would win the game. I just said that.
I'll say
all he heard was Giants. Who's saying Giants?
I'll say they'll go over that 5.5 wins. I'll say that.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
I think
everybody likes you, Mike.
I think they'll win. I think they'll win 3 out of that first 7 at home, right? I think they'll do that. And then you got Atlanta twice later on. That's another 2 wins. That's 5. And then you had to throw the schedule up to see the rest. But I mean, they can okay. Atlanta twice, Seattle, we said, and Detroit. So you're looking at 6 to 7 wins. I'm gonna give them 7 wins.
Okay. I got 6 wins, man. I got them beating Cleveland, New York. I think it's going to be a 3-game win streak again. I think they beat New Orleans the first time at home. Right? They lose the next 2.
I'm just noticing that we got a nice extra bit of rest before that Baltimore game. I might have to change my pick.
Oh, okay. There you go. All right. You're gonna win 3. You're gonna lose 4. It's gonna be very similar to last year. It's gonna be very similar. You're gonna win the first 3. You might lose the next 4, but then you're gonna be Atlanta. You lose to the Bengals. I think you split with Atlanta. Wow. So you might lose the next 3, but then you'll beat Seattle. Probably lose to Pittsburgh. You'll beat the Lions. Yeah, and you'll lose the next 2. So yeah, I think that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, yep. I had 6 wins. 6 and 11 for you guys, man. 6 and 11.
You don't even believe this, Ferris. Like, Giants fans, just stop it, man. Like when you talk about your own team, you don't think they can do anything, but now you want to talk trash.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, though, B.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not putting any bad juju on your team or anything like that. But look, the rumors out there about Baker. If they go and get Baker,
the rumors out there from rumor mongers, and we shouldn't be addressing that kind of stuff.
But I'm just this is a hypothetical. If you guys go and get Baker, he's better than Sam Darnold, right?
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's better.
Is he?
Okay, listen, Baker with a chip on his shoulder, right? He's angry Baker, okay, hulked up Baker, if you will. All right. Does he get you more wins? Like, what do you feel about this season with a motivated Baker Mayfield?
I think they are exactly the same with Baker Mayfield as they are Sam Darnold.
Damn.
I'm not joking at all. I think if he ends up
Baker's
in Carolina,
been to the playoffs.
If he ends up in Carolina, he is god awful in Carolina.
I just want to know. I wish I could pull up this clip. It was last year you were saying Baker is going to get a huge deal because when was the last time? Shout out to Anonymous. I'm gonna read that 1 second, Anonymous. B said that he was the last time Cleveland had a winning QB like that. They can't just let him go. Like
I didn't say winning QB. I said the last time they had a QB, and at that point I did not know. I couldn't fathom that Deshaun Watson would make yet another in a long string of bad decisions and pick the Cleveland Browns. If he didn't pick Cleveland, Baker would be their guy.
Yeah, but
wouldn't have a
you're
choice.
basing that off of his body of work to that point. If he was a straight garbage, you wouldn't be saying that. Like
He
there's
was
something
garbage
there.
for 2 out of the 4 years.
Yes, he was. But he's up, down, up, down. Now it's time to get back up. So if he could be up with the Panthers.
You forget that he doesn't know how to throw the ball to star receivers.
I put
And
that
in Carolina, that would be DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey, right?
put that tip back up for anonymous for me, real quick, please.
Let me see if I can do that again.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure I get all these tips. And appreciate everybody that's donating. Really appreciate that. What's up, Baja? Thanks for coming through. Says if y'all trade for Baker, fire everyone.
Exactly. Thank you.
Man, if you get the Baker that went into Pittsburgh and smashed them in the playoffs like that,
they almost lost that game, Mike. And anonymous to say, will Mr. Newton start if he signs with Carolina? First of all, thank you for
great question
for the tip.
Yes,
I think if they leave it up to Matt Rule, he won't start. If they sign him and Tepper says you're starting Newton, obviously he plays. But if they leave it up to the coach, I don't think he will.
That's a great question. And listen, Cam, he looked bad when he got a chance to play. But again, I think
Jesus Christ, Ferris, 2-15. You happy?
But I think I don't think he got a fair shake. I think that was a case of a coach trying to sabotage him because that just wasn't his guy. He never wanted to start him. But you get off to a
Right,
hey,
Sterling,
thanks for coming through, Sterling. But you get off to if you don't win these early games, right? I think Rule will be out quickly, and I think if they do sign Cam, I think Tepper will make it crystal clear to him. He's your guy, and he better look good, right? Like he should have said that to him last year. Like he's your guy, and you might want to make him look good. He better not look like trash. You better coach him up, right? But Cam can make you a competitive team still. I think I still have a little faith in Cam. I know he hasn't looked good the last couple of years. I don't think it's it for him if he has a really fair chance to play a true opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And if Matt Rule gets the boot and McAdoo is in charge, that can happen because McAdoo has a vested interest, right? Like he's trying to get back in the league as a head coach. So if Tepper says, "All right, McAdoo, it's your time, right? You can show me something here." He's gonna do whatever it takes to make it work. So, all right, let's read some of these comments here. All right. Okay. Wait, you gave your prediction. Mikey, you gave your prediction. What did you say? 6 or 7 wins?
I gave him 7 wins.
7 wins. 7 wins for Mikey. 6 wins for me. 4 for B. All right. We'll do some bonus time now. Okay. I know you guys.
Ferris is funny.
Wow, Brodny. Angry much? He says McAdoo was right. McAdoo was right. He should have benched Eli. All right. And they should have backed him on that. Eli was cooked. Speaking of Eli,
Ferris,
do you remember when we tried to tell OTR Brandon that Eli was washed and he went into a fit of rage? It was around the same time we were saying that the Giants are going to trade Odell, and we were right in our basement over here working out, and I mean, he was just you want to talk about hulked up, man? Like his shirt ripped and everything.
He bench pressed 350 that
night. All right, put your comments in here. We are at bonus time. We're gonna hang out here for a few minutes, and then we're gonna fire up the overtime show. If you're new and you don't know what the overtime show is, let me show you. Patreon.com/LBHT show. That's where you can find the overtime show for as little as $3 a month. If you got $3 in your pocket, you can come hang out with us, right? And sign up for the Discord as well. All right, what we got?
So we can go back and answer King's question. Who on their schedule is better than them right now? All 3 teams in the division: Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Denver, that's probably it.
Like, and we're basing. Look, if we're how are we quantifying this? If we're just basing it off of schedule, last year's schedule, then yes, all three of those teams were better than us.
They were
and
all
then
better last year, and they
Buffalo,
all improved this year.
Kansas City. I mean, no, Denver wasn't a better team than us. No, they weren't a better team than us. Obviously, they got better with Russell Wilson, but I wouldn't put them in there. If you're just basing it off of record, there's at least 5 teams.
Yeah,
and the Raiders too.
Off of record. But the Raiders aren't on the schedule. Raiders aren't. He's just who on the schedule.
Oh, just who on the schedule. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Better than Baltimore. And I'm looking. I think that Denver was 7-10, so they were 1 game behind, but they added Russell Wilson.
I don't know if they're better, right? Like, listen, Russell Wilson is obviously makes them dangerous, but look, we got Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yes, I like Denver's wide receiver core a lot better, but is the rest of the team better than ours? I don't know.
I think they're just as good, if not better. The defense, like I said, we'll see what Baltimore's defense looks like this year, but Denver's defense was better than them last year. Their O-line was better than them last year. Like I said, they, granted, Lamar missed the last 6 games, but Denver was 1 game worse, and they didn't have a good quarterback all year.
Right.
Some
of these teams have gotten better. I want to say they were better.
That was a rushing record game, right?
Yeah.
When the coach got mad.
yeah.
Got mad and stayed mad. I will always appreciate John Harbaugh for that.
Did he throw a shot at him this offseason too? He says he made some little comment about
oh man, what was it?
Pet T, boy.
Oh, it was I think it was I think they said no team in NFL draft history has made all of those picks that they made, and he was like, "I wonder if old boy will be upset about it." Yeah.
All right, King. If you want to say Russell hasn't done anything since the Super Bowl, Lamar hasn't done anything since the MVP. So what's up? Lamar's gotten worse each year.
Listen, man. The year Lamar won an MVP, Russell Wilson was having an MVP type of year too, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't do that. don't do that. I mean, Russell Wilson has been in 2 Super Bowls. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been playing at a high level. Yeah, last year wasn't great. I mean, the team was whack. That team was whack.
Russ been running for his life for the last couple of years too.
Yeah. But I would still put us above Denver. That's a debatable one. Look, obviously, all these you can say you gotta wait and see. But if we're talking about right now, looking on paper, and you got to base, you got to kind of look at what happened last year too. You got to take that into account. That's all we can go off of right now. No, man, we're not that team. We have a lot of question marks, right? And you got to take off your purple shades for a second and say, all right, if I'm a fan of another team looking at this team on the schedule, how do I feel about it? Right? Nobody knows. I mean, half the league don't know who Rashad Bateman is. Let's be real. He's a 1st round pick, so you're going to get some people that know him, but he didn't do enough for you to be like, damn, got to look out for him. And shout out to OTR Brandon. Says, good show, fellas. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you. But it's like Rashad Bateman, 500 yards. All right. Who's number 2 here? Tylen Wallace, Devin Duvernay. Never heard of him. Yeah. Never, as much as we argue about Prochet, you would think Prochet is famous. Nobody's heard of him. All right. That's the reality. Okay. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, they're not names that stick out, right? That's not Jonathan Taylor, right? That's not Dalvin Cook. That's not Derrick Henry. So, there's nobody on the team. Mark Andrews is who people know. They know Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, and they'll say, okay, what else are they working with? Even on defense, So I mean, you got to look at it from an outside perspective too. How do other people view us? We could say, hey, they're going to find out. Yeah, that's why you play the games. But these are early and reckless predictions, and these other teams have a lot more success. They got a lot more talent, and they should feel good about the teams. Miami's one of them. If we're being real about it, I think we're a better team than Miami. But you can't tell Miami fans that they beat us last year with Lamar,
Mhm.
right? And they just got Teron Armstead and they got Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
I mean, they leveled
And
up.
Cedric Wilson, and they added 5 new running backs.
Yeah, I mean, they leveled up, man. They leveled up. You can't tell them that you can argue with them. You're not going to win it, right?
No.
You're not going to win it. Like, yes, Tua. Some people believe in Tua, some people don't. But I mean, they had a winning season last year, right? And they got better. So there's a few teams that can make a case. Which one are you reading, B?
I'm looking like Roxanne saying defensive coaches know who Bateman is. Okay, I mean, one, sure, they know who he is. It's their job to know who he is. They're in the league. But two, please, I'm begging y'all to stop pretending this man was dominating the league. He wasn't.
500 yards.
He had 500 yards in 12 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great. He looked good.
Shout out to Ferris, man. He says all love and support for the hashtag LBHT crew, but I hate you, Brodny.
No, you don't. But, he has a lot of promise. Everybody likes Bateman, but we got to stop pretending like he's a top receiver in the league or something.
Do they know who he is? Yes. Are they afraid of him? No.
Not
Are
at
they
all.
drawing up a defense to take him out? No. So that's what we don't have. We have to draw. We're Super Bowl team.
Okay, you know what, man? You know what? I fully agree with you. 100%.
I agree too.
I mean, listen, I would say bring in a really good wide receiver. But if they fire Greg Roman and they bring in a real offensive coordinator, I 100% agree with you. But they didn't do that. So
let me tell y'all something. Man. This all 22 thing, man. Y'all treat it like it's the gospel. And when you say put on the all 22, I think this ain't a shot at you, Rock, but y'all say put on the all 22 like there's going to be some eye-opening proof there, like see right there, that you know what, facts right there, that now I've opened my eyes.
Damn you, Hendo.
Like there's nothing on that all 22. What you think there's anything that he's done that's better than the top 10 wide receivers in the league?
Well, as Devon points out, we forgot 500 yards is elite to Ravens fans. That's true. That is true.
Look, I don't want. Listen. I feel good about Rashad Bateman. Don't get me wrong. All right, but again, there are a lot of ballers in this league. That's our whole point. There are a lot of guys that can play.
Right. If tape don't lie, how are there so many busts in the draft every single year?
Wait.
How are there so many busts in free agency every single year if the tape don't lie?
All right, tape don't lie.
Come on,
all
man.
right. I mean, all right, tape don't lie. So, I mean, where are you putting him in terms? Where are you ranking him among wide receivers? Because there's about 25 wide receivers out there that people will say, "Nah, I'll take him." Not saying that he's not up there, but people like fans of every team can make these arguments about their players. Look, OTR Brandon will tell you Kadarius Toney. He probably tell you Kadarius Toney's better than Rashad Bateman. And how are you going to argue with him?
He had 189 in the game.
He'll tell you, hey, put on the tape. Put on the tape. Right? Anybody can make an argument for their guy. I mean, look, we talking about Rashad Bateman. There are 3 other rookies that tore it up last year. That you can't even begin to make the argument that Bateman's better than those guys. He could be, but he's got to go out there and show it. But Devontae Smith, you can't tell Philly fans that our guy's better than Devontae Smith. What's his name over in Miami? We didn't even talk about him. Jalen Waddle. What argument do we have? What are we going to show on tape to show that Bateman's better than Waddle? And shout out to Keelan, man. Appreciate you coming through with the donation. He says, I judge teams being better than the Ravens by asking, what will Lamar do on these teams? Good question. Lamar and the Bills, Bengals, Bucks, Broncos, Saints, Patriots, and Browns is reaching a Super Bowl or AFC championship game by now. Ravens roster outside of Lamar is mid. And you're being nice. I think they're just bad. I think they are a bad team without Lamar Jackson. If if you, I mean, I was gonna say put in the backup, but we saw what happened with the backup. We didn't win. But get a starting caliber quarterback. Not a bad one. You know, get Kirk Cousins, right? Get Kirk Cousins or somebody like that. Or who's good but not great? Who's a quarterback that's good but not great out there? You know? In fact, you know what? Outside of Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, I say this all the time. Outside of Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, maybe you throw Pat Mahomes in there. Josh Allen. Outside of those four, what quarterback can come to this team with these players and this coaching staff and take them to the not to the Super Bowl, take them to the playoffs?
Yeah. But King, I don't want to hear this because Odell Beckham played 12 games in his rookie year. He had 1,300 yards. That was a special player. That's not what Rashad Bateman did. And I, of course, I can see I'm not putting your comment on screen because I told you I wasn't going to. Stop talking about, how many targets they get. How many targets they get. You get the targets you deserve. You get the targets you earn. They didn't get more targets because they weren't worth more targets. Mm. If Odell Beckham was the rookie in Baltimore last year, I guarantee you he would have had more targets than Rashad Bateman had. But Rashad Bateman's not Odell Beckham, so he didn't.
Let's see. Dandy says they lost, but he made it. We can at least make it with him, and hopefully Lamar can surpass his OC deficiencies. That's what it's all about for me. And it's funny because, like, I agree with King on that point too. Like, I'll feel a whole lot better if they're just like, yeah, Greg Roman's fired.
By being the best receiver on the team. Go ahead and argue that nonsense, man.
Well, hold on. Nitro says if Bateman's going for 1,260 yards, listen, it wouldn't shock me.
No.
Like, he's a talented wide receiver. I feel really good about him, right? But that's projection. What you're talking about is projection. What he's done, he hasn't done anything yet.
Like, I can sit here and say the exact same thing, right? Like, Matt Corral has some good tape in college. He has some traits. You know what? He's going to throw for 4,500 yards and 37 touchdowns next year. And Carolina's going to win 13 games. And you can't argue that.
This right here.
You haven't seen it.
This right here. Waddle set a record. How many of y'all know Waddle set a record? Right? Like, because we're so wrapped up in Ravens stuff. Y'all know about Jalen Waddle, right? You going to argue that Bateman's better than Jalen Waddle? How? You going to better that he's better than Devontae Smith? How you going to do that? Obviously, you don't think he's better than Jamar Chase, right? So, I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, there's so many guys out there that can ball. To say that he's not on that level isn't hate. That's just go watch their tape. You're talking about watching his tape. Go watch these other guys' tape. And shout out to Keelan with another tip. He says Ravens roster isn't good. Lamar covers a whole lot of holes, and that was evident with Lamar spotting them 7 games last year. Facts. And the Ravens still picking top 15 in the draft. Ravens, since Lamar has gotten drafted, have went 5-12 when he's not starting. And since we like quoting people, right? We like quoting the team all the time.
Hold on 1 second. Thank you so much, Zaul. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you, Zaul, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate you. A lot of people like quoting the front office. EDC said Prochet is unguardable at times, and coach said this, and you listen, you hang off the words of what they say, but when Steve Bisciotti says, yeah, we weren't really an 8-3 team, right? Like, you just gloss over that. Did you guys forget when he said that? Right? He said, no, I wasn't too mad about how we fell apart at the end because I thought that 8-3 was fraudulent. In fact, I think that's his word. That's his exact words. Fraudulent.
They all forgot when he said that he was getting ready to fire John Harbaugh too.
Yes. Yeah. No, they don't remember that.
No.
He said that with no hesitation. He's like, yeah, I thought about fire though. I decided against it. but he followed up with, he's under a lot of pressure this year. Okay, so I mean, you have that too, right? He didn't, and now he put it on the injuries. And yes, there were a lot of injuries, and those add up. But look, even with everybody healthy, if Lamar ain't on this team, it's not a good team. It's not a well put together team.
Not at all.
And they know that. That's why I call them lazy. I think they're doing a lazy job building this team. That they're doing a lazy job coaching this team. I think with a better coach, these guys could look better. But the way they're calling these plays and everything, you're just relying on Lamar's legs. That's it. And him in his arm at times where he decides I'm gonna take over and I'm gonna make a play. That's what you're relying on. But that's not play calling. That's just Lamar being great. Let's see. Danny says, or a Marcus Peters update. Marcus was talking like he may not be ready for game one. It's hard. It's hard for it's hard to say right now because those type of injuries. He got hurt like a week before the start of the season. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, some pretty close.
Yeah. So I mean, it's they may or may not be ready, and they probably won't be 100%. So and they're gonna manage the injuries a lot better this year, I believe. So they're not going to run them out there. They'll take the time with them, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Like it's not how you start; it's how you finish. I'm not worried about kind of the first part of the season. I want to see how they look when everybody really starts to hit their stride and they're back to themselves. So and we're starting with the Jets. I'm not worried about that. What else we got here? A couple more, and we are out of here. We're almost at 2 hours, man. We're having too much fun tonight. Big Red says the conference tomorrow is either Sam Cook retiring. Is that a conference tomorrow? Or Greg is being demoted or let go. I have long since said part of me feels like there's something going on behind the scenes where Greg Roman might have been demoted. And shout out to Keelan with another tip. Says the Ravens receivers currently on the roster have 1,012 yards and 3 touchdowns combined. Facts in their careers. Bateman has 51% of those yards and 33% of the touchdowns after one season. Ravens fans that keep acting like those guys are going to be great next year are brainwashed. And I just want to ask you, if we're playing another team on the schedule with those same stats, right, at wide receiver, are you saying, watch out for that guy? Or are you saying, man, please, these guys? No. Right. And not to say that these guys can't do something, but until they do it, nobody's going to respect it. Respect is earned in the league. You have to show something. And these guys haven't shown anything. Yeah. And I don't believe in a team and a coaching staff that doesn't believe in young players, that doesn't believe in, and we coach them up, right? They want veterans. They're not going to settle on this. No, they're definitely going to bring in at least one vet, right? One vet that they think can start. So, for some of these guys, their stats are going to remain the same, Prochet. Let's see. Danny says, yes, a Harbaugh EDC press conference tomorrow. Okay. You know that. Yes. Scheduled for 3:30 Eastern tomorrow. I think I might still be working. Damn it. Let's see. A couple more. Brandon says, go look at a list of top pass catchers last season. Yeah, I know. Look. Yes. It's laughable. Keenan Ricketts says, how about Jimmy Buckets? Yes. He's keeping my look. I predicted the Heat in 7 and the Mavs in 7. All right. So it's looking good right now. But look, I think it's gonna be a good series. It looked like it's gonna be a blowout for a minute, and then Boston battled back, could have down to 4 points, but Jason Tatum missed a bad 3 there towards the end.
Well, I mean, let's not sell him short. He had a James Harden-esque second half. He made one shot while they were getting ran off the court.
Man, did you see what? But you saw what Adebayo was doing out there, pinning the ball against between the rim and the backboard. I mean, jeez, when they saw that, they're like, "Nah, I don't want to take a shot."
I saw what Jason Tatum wasn't doing.
It was literally a tale of 2 halves. Because look, I'll be honest, I fell asleep at halftime, and Celtics were up by 13, 15, something like that. And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, this game, I'm like, these dudes about to run away with this. And then I woke up this morning like, oh, I missed a good one, clearly.
Yeah. It's gonna be such a fun series, man. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. We'll do 2 more. If Harbs and Giro demotion I'm buying a bottle of Ace of Spades. Okay. Okay. So they haven't. So they're just doing a press conference. They haven't said what it's about. We'll have to look into this. Okay. Look, I won't make any promises every time I do this on the Ring Kings podcast. But if it's breaking news like that, maybe you see a stream. Maybe you see a stream. I can't make that promise. I might have some other obligations. But maybe you'll see a stream.
There's no chance that's happening. No chance.
He always says that.
He also says that as well.
I'm gonna be working until at least 6:30, so there's no chance of a stream right after the press conference.
No, not right after.
And then I'm just not gonna want to do it. We stream tonight, so come on.
All right, we're getting out of here, man. All right, we're coming up on 2 hours. Join us on patreon.com/LBHT show. We're going to keep the party going over there. I'm glad you guys like the info. Leave a comment, after the video, shoot us a tweet or something like that. Let us know if you like the intro. Maybe we'll do some more of that in the future. Oh, maybe when we get to 2,000 or something like that. I don't know. But because we didn't do the giveaway tonight, next week we're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have some goodies to give away to you guys. All right. Thank you so much. This means a lot. Me and B, when we first started, we weren't sure like what kind of goals to set. Honestly, 1,000 subscribers, that wasn't even on our radar. We were like, let's get to 100. All right. And then after a while, we're having fun. More people were coming through, and we said, hey, 1,000 we can do. But now we built up a crew. Soon we'll be an army. The sky's the limit for us. All right. So keep supporting. Tell your friends, tell your loved ones, hey, loved one, do you love me? You do? You sure? Go over to Lunch Break Hot Takes channel, hit that subscribe button, all right, and tell some of your friends, okay, because we're building an army over here. And thank you, Danny. She says she's proud of us. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, that is it. B, are you ready to take us out?
Yes.
Mike, you got anything else before we get out of here?
No, man, let's shout out to you guys, man. Salute. This is amazing. I watched you guys grow from the beginning, so it's a beautiful thing to see. And like I said, 2,000 is coming, 3,000. Then you guys are gonna take over the whole YouTube and Ravens and Panthers, Twitter and YouTube and all of that. It's coming. But yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. The hard work y'all put in. I know the guys, and I know the LBHT crew. I know they respect what you guys do. But for those listening and watching, these guys put in a lot of work behind the scenes. A lot of work.
Yeah.
This isn't just them getting together. Hey, man, let's just talk about Rashad Bateman tonight. It's not that. Like, this stuff is planned out. All it's really produced. It's a well-produced show, and it's nonstop, 24/7. These guys are thinking about ways to make this show better for you guys. So, definitely, I know you guys already appreciate what they're doing, but just to keep that in mind, these guys put in a lot of work to make this thing the well-oiled machine that it is. So yeah, man, keep that up, and yeah, on to 2,000.
On 2,000. All right, we'll leave it there. All right, y'all have a good night, and we will see you next time. Peace out.